Here is the EcoSmart Eco-Incandescent A19 soft white 2-pack dimmable 100-watt replacement clear bulbs. This is a box of 2. These are Eco-Incandescent, which is just a cheesy marketing buzzword for halogen. These allegedly draw 72 watts and output the same amount of light as a 100 watts incandescent bulb. I purchased these along with a few hundred others, not like it, but similar, at the Home Depot, probably about 2 or so years ago. This was before the official ban, I believe, on sales took place, but there was a lot of talk about it going around and I was getting nervous, so I went to a store with a friend of mine and we just bought every single incandescent bulb in the store. It was kind of funny. The look on the cashier's face was priceless when we bought two whole shopping carts full of bulbs. Anyways, I had never seen these before or after. These are the same as the standard frosted ones that I use all over the house. This isn't one, but they look like this. And it's the same thing as this bulb, but I find this bulb kind of interesting because these show what these are. Now these were in the back of the shelf and they must not sell very many of these because they've clearly been sitting for a while. These are full of dust. Let's get this cleaned up a little bit here for the video. There we go, that's better. So we can see here what these are like. It's literally just a standard small halogen thingy inside a glass housing that looks like a regular A19 bulb. And of course the frosted ones are the exact same thing, but these are clear so you can see it. And I just found it kind of odd that they went through the length of actually showing it on the diagram on the front of the box. It's just bizarre to me, because quite frankly this diagram looks a little bit ridiculous because there's no light bulbs that typically look like that. So the lighting facts, as if this was a piece of food, says it's 3000 K, which is typical for halogen, so it's just ever so slightly cooler than incandescent, and it is noticeable, but it's not a big difference. 72 watts, and based off of 0.9, or rather based off of 3 hours of day operation per day, it'll last 0.9 years, which is 1,000 hours. .72 watts, 120 volts. Fully dimmable. We have a warning here. It says warning. The inner halogen, what does it say? Capsule in this bulb operates at high temperatures and pressure, which could unexpectedly shatter or ignite combustible materials upon contact. The inner capsule may continue to light even if the outer glass bulb breaks or is damaged, and that is true. I have had these break before and the inner capsule continues to operate just fine. If damage occurs, immediately turn off power, allow bulb to cool, and replace to avoid risk of personal injury, fire, or property damage. Avoid use in unstable lamps or areas where a lamp may be knocked over or topple, and use only with a table lamp fixture that is provided with a shade. Caution: this bulb produces radiant heat. Do not operate in close proximity to combustible materials affected by heat or drying. Notice: to avoid lamp breakage, do not use in wet locations. When used outdoors, an enclosed fixture must be used. That's interesting. These were made in Hungary. The output of brightness is 1,520 lumens, allegedly. And it costs $8.67 per year. Did they tell you what the electricity rate is for that? It does not seem to say, which makes that figure completely useless because we don't know. Oh, there it is, 11 cents per kilowatt hour. I don't know how I missed that. So actually that's relevant because, interestingly enough, you can, at this point in time, get electricity for about that cheap. That's 11 cents per kilowatt. My current contract, which is good for 3 more years, is 11.7 cents. So that number is in fact accurate, which is surprising to me. So, interesting bulbs. I don't know why they're so scarce. I only saw them at that one store. I never saw them anywhere else. And they were in the back of the shelf, so clearly they don't sell too often. Now, of course, you can't buy them at all because they got canned. Oh, well, I was not ready for that. I only have about maybe 15 or 20 of these bulbs, which is a shame because these would probably look good in the ceiling fans. Well, let's turn it on even though we've already seen it. We've got 119.1 the volts right now, 0.0 the volts. Let's go over to the watts, and here we go. And it sure does radiate heat. It's already very, very hot. That bulb is still dirty. It has a lot of radiant heat. According to our kilowatts meter here, it's pulling 69 the watts, 0.58 amps with a power factor of 1. So it draws a couple watts, you know, assuming that's 100% accurate. It draws a couple watts below what it claims it would. As far as the quality of light goes, it's excellent, as you would expect. Turn the lights off here so we can get a good idea of the brightness. It's very bright. I think that these clear bulbs, they have a little bit crisper, cleaner light than the frosted ones, because the frosted ones are a little bit softer than this. Good color rendering, of course. You can see the difference there between the yellow and orange, or yellow and red, I guess it is. Pretty good. Very good color rendering. And it's pretty bright too. As far as looking at the bulb itself goes, it's bright, but it's not like totally blinding either, which is kind of surprising. So now I'm going to plug in the fixture to this soldering station so that we can dim it down. Should really build something that's a little better than doing this, but this will work fine for the moment. This is supposed to be fully dimmable, so let's see how accurate that is. It seems to be fully dimmable. I will zoom this in as much as I can here without it getting blurry. And I'm going to walk over here and turn off these other lights. And now let's see just how dim this will go. I'm turning the knob up. I can hear it. There it goes. It's just barely glowing. It's almost undetectable. It's just barely glowing. So it's definitely 100% dimmable. I mean, it doesn't get any more dim than that. Where's that noise coming from? Is that the bulb? That is the bulb. Huh. Well, this is not a light bulb dimmer, so we're gonna give it a pass on that. I have used these on dimmers before and they don't sound like that. It's got a really nice amber color to it right now. I don't know if that'll pick up on the camera or not. See if we can get that noise on the video. See the two filaments there. That is really cool. And the optics of the glass are making it look really weird. Yeah, it's a beautiful orange amber color right now. Like probably 22,000, 2200 or 22,000 Kelvin. Really nice amber color. It's a beautiful color. It is going to look really nice in the ceiling fan upstairs in the living room, dimmed down like that. It's still maintaining a very nice color, nice amber color. It's drawing 21 watts right now. Let me see how low will it go before I can't read the meter anymore. That's 12 watts, 11 watts, 10 watts, 5 watt, 8 watts, 7 watts, 6 watts. I think it still says 6 watts. There we go. Now I can see the meter. 6 watts, 5 watts, 4 watts. What's the power factor? 0.19, 0.2. Looks like 4 watts is about as low as it's gonna go. It's got the nice amber color up until about here, and then it starts to cool down a little bit, if you will. Now it's back up to 3000 K. That's a pretty warm glow there, and it's much more white. So these are not 100% incandescent, but they're pretty good alternatives. Around here we haven't been able to get true incandescent bulbs in 60 watts, 100 watts for quite some time. These halogen bulbs have been all that's available for a while. Unfortunately, these are now gone as well, but I do have quite a lengthy supply of them. I should have decades worth on hand. And as far as my usage goes, I'm 100% satisfied using these. There's no flicker. There's no weird coloring. They're instant on. Good color rendering. I have zero complaints with them. The lifespan is plenty long. I had several of these installed in the house when I moved in that have been there for well over a year and a half, and they're still working perfectly fine with daily use. Actually, I can't remember the last time one of these went out just of natural causes. These really last a long time. So, another great bulb. I wish I had more in stock, but I'm glad I at least have what I do. Should have several years of these to put in the ceiling fan upstairs. I gotta try it in the ceiling fan, see how it works. Interestingly enough, you can still get 40 watt true incandescent ceiling fan bulbs. So before I put these in the ceiling fan in the living room, I might go pick up some of those those ceiling fan incandescent bulbs, just because I can still buy them. So if the fan's vibration causes them to burn out in a couple of months, I know I can just go buy more. It's not a big deal. Whereas if these go out prematurely because of the vibration in the fan, when they're gone, they're gone. So these may actually not go into service right away, but they're nice bulbs, nice clean, crisp light, and they would look great in a flashy polished brass fixture.